Yeah, Baza YouTube, what's up? How's it going, everybody? Here for y'all today, week 3 of the APA. Now, if you guys may have missed my last week battle, that was actually done live. This match is going to be post-commentated, just because I did this match when my children were awake, so obviously I don't want you guys to hear like screaming and children running around in the background. So yeah, but if you guys are excited for this match, make sure to hit that thumbs up button down below and let me know in the comment section below how you guys kind of like this form of doing post-commentated battles. I did this yesterday with my PGB upload, and I decided to do it today as well with my APA upload. So if you guys may have missed the team builder for this video, or for this battle, sorry, then a link to that video will be down in the description for you guys to go find out exactly why I brought what I brought and what I expected my opponents to bring, and why exactly this matchup is absolutely terrible for us, the Durham Druddigons. Like, honestly, man, there was really no good combination of 6 Pokemon I could bring to this battle to try and give us, I guess, like, to try and make this matchup any less worse than what it really was. But I go more into detail about the matchup in the team builder if you guys want to go check that out. So going into this match, my game plan was kind of to try and get a feel of what exactly our opponent had for us. Now, I fully expected to go into this match to possibly lose, but I was still going to try and win regardless. So I did not expect them to want to bring the Gourgeist. I think minus the Gourgeist, I did expect everything else. Greninja's absolutely terrifying. Setup Landers is terrifying. Setup Charizard X is terrifying. Toxapex is stupidly annoying to deal with, and just, yeah, this matchup in general is very, very tough for us, but hopefully we can try to pull out a W. So turn 1, I'm going to be scared out here because I didn't want to risk him possibly having the Stone Edge on this Landers, but in hindsight, staying in probably would have been my better play in the long run of the battle, because now he unfortunately is able to U-turn now into the Greninja in the team builder. In the team builder, I say I literally have nothing for Greninja. My best switch in here is definitely going to be my Tangrowth, in hopes that if he did Gunk Shot, maybe he would miss. But not only does he land the Gunk Shot here, but he does actually end up getting a Poison. So as you can see there, I'm at 100 HP, which means I think depending on rolls, there was actually a chance that I could have lived another Gunk Shot, and then he would have had to risk hitting that second Gunk Shot in a row. Otherwise, he might have gone for the Ice Beam, which at 100 HP, I don't know why I was going to say at exactly half HP, because I'm not exactly at half, but at 100 HP, I can always guarantee live one Ice Beam, and then in return, that is going to allow me to try to have a chance to knock out this Greninja. And if I can get rid of this Greninja, then that is going to be so much offensive pressure relieved from my team in this battle, because Greninja literally just comes in for free, clicks a stab or a coverage move, and basically gets a kill. Like, Greninja pretty much just annihilated my entire draft, and there was nothing I could do about it, especially in this scenario where this poison is unfortunately going to put me exactly in range of where an Ice Beam is going to be able to knock me out. Now, if he didn't get that poison, then he would have potentially had to risk trying to hit that second Gunk Shot, and if he had missed that Gunk Shot, I would have been able to, in return, revenge kill him, and I would have been perfectly happy with a double down. Unfortunately, though, I lose my Tangrowth, which means now anytime this Greninja comes in, it just basically destroys my team. Like, there's realistically nothing I can do about it. So I'm gonna bring in my Spec Swallow here, and I'm gonna go straight for the Boom Burst, doing a solid 50% to this Toxapex. Now, this is another kind of like risky play on my part here. I make a judgment call, because if this is not max SPDEF, max HP Toxapex, which typically in his team builders, he mentioned that he doesn't like to run fully SPDEF or like fully FizzDef Toxapex. So I decided to try and take the chance here and try to get the potential roll in my favor to get rid of this Toxapex, because even being able to get rid of this Toxapex means that that is one less Pokemon he can safely pivot into my Swallow, and my Swallow can just come in, click Boom Burst against the Greninja, against the Gourgeist, against the Landorus, if it's not Choice Scarfed, against the Charizard. Basically, I just click Boom Burst against his entire squad, and because I'm Choice Specs, I guarantee OHKO or 2-hit KO everything. So I figured that because I'm already in a very bad spot in this battle, like Greninja is such a huge threat that I need to try to make some type of aggressive play in this scenario and hope that it works out for me. There's also always the chance that he's going to expect me to want to switch out, so he could try to go for the Scald or maybe try to go for the Toxic. So I do opt to go for the Boom Burst once again here. Unfortunately though, it did turn out that he was max SPDEF, max HP with a Careful or Calm Nature, I don't remember. But I failed to knock out the Toxapex, and now I'm in an even worse spot in this battle. So I believe I do end up U-turning here because the switch out is very obvious. There's no reason for him to sack off the Toxapex at this point because he can literally just switch in and out and get it back up to full HP. As I try to U-turn into my Rotom Heat here, I was just hoping that maybe he wouldn't have the knockoff. Like if he didn't have knockoff here and he maybe wanted to try and go for the U-turn or the Volt Switch, then that would have been absolutely amazing, because having my Rotom behind a substitute is super nice in this matchup. Because I'm sub-split, I can spam Paralysis with Discharge, maybe pair the Charizard or the Toxapex and then go from there. But unfortunately he does opt to go for the knockoff here, and I just try to sub again on the off chance that he did expect me to not sub, and maybe he did want to go for a U-turn or go for the Volt Switch here. And I believe I do just try to fire off a Hidden Power Fire. This Electros is most likely Assault Vested. I think in most matchups that your opponent may have an Electros, even in Draft League, most Electros are Assault Vested just because it doesn't have any weaknesses. It's always guaranteed to at least live 1 or 2 hits very comfortably and just kind of weaken whatever's in front of it. So yeah, I'm still just in a really tough spot at this point in the match, and I'm going to try and Pain Split here, just trying to get back as much HP as I possibly could. Obviously, I couldn't have gone for the substitute there, so he does opt to go for the U-turn, which, I mean, it is nice that I got Electros low. That is one less bulky thing I have to worry about. However, though, in comes Greninja, and something dies. Like, there's really nothing I can do. I was really hoping he wouldn't go for the Gunk Shot here. Luckily, he didn't. He does opt to go for the Hydro Pump, which is really nice. Unfortunately though, if I try to go for the substitute here and he ends up breaking my sub, even though I am Kabaya Berry Primarina, if he is running any kind of physical attack investment, which there's a good chance that he is, I don't think that I live the Gunk Shot. So I opt just to make the safe play here and going for the Moonblast. In hindsight, I really wish that I had gone for the Psychic, but I really felt like I wasn't in the scenario. And if he did want to take the chance of trying to scout it to see if I was not Kabaya Berry, or if he just wanted to take the risk in general to try and knock me out with the Gunk Shot, I figured I might as well try to knock out the Greninja and get rid of one giant threat. So this turn I'm going to try and go for the Psychic to hopefully knock out the Toxapex, as he does make a good aggressive switch here into his Landorus, knowing that he can live anything that is not a Hydro Pump or Surf. I think he could live a Scald actually, but then there was always a chance I could have got a burn here. So I'm going to be forced to switch out, and again he just clicks U-turn. I can't afford to lose Primarina. At this point, Primarina is like the only thing I have that even gives me a slight chance to get rid of this Greninja here. And he's gonna just get another KO with the Ice Beam, and down goes my Donphan. And losing Donphan is really bad because I needed this physically defensive Donphan to be able to help check the Charizard in the back, and I could also chip down the Landorus every time it came in and went for the U-turn. I could have also Earthquaked the Toxapex, but he does go for the Gunk Shot this turn, and I am going to be able to just barely live here. And actually looking at it, maybe I would have lived if I did go for the substitute, but knowing my luck, he probably would have poisoned me again, and just, yeah, I mean, hey, I'm able to get rid of Greninja, so it's not going to be a 6-0, which, I mean, I guess is kind of nice. There is still maybe a small chance I can win. Like, odds are not really in my favor at this point. Like, if I had been able to get the roll on that Toxapex, then I definitely feel like my Swallow would have been able to give me a good chance of still being able to win at this point, or it would have given me a much better chance of winning actually, because I probably could have brought in Swallow here. As I bring in my Tauros, I am Scarf Tauros. Unfortunately though, I don't OHKO Charizard, but there's not really much else I can do here, and I am going to expect them to try and bring in either the Gourgeist or bring in the Toxapex again, potentially even the Eelektross, and I'm going to double out into my Swallow as he does opt to bring in the Gourgeist. There's really no reason for him to leave in Gourgeist here, so there's no reason for me to go for the Heat Wave or the Boom Burst in that scenario, so I'm going to go ahead and U-turn on out of here, expecting him to switch into the Eelektross or this Toxapex, which... I hate Toxapex. Luckily, we don't have to face the Charlotte Charizards again until potentially playoffs, but this is kind of like what I really treated this battle as. Is I wanted to get a feel of exactly what he wanted to bring against us. I wanted to see how exactly he would play and prep for this matchup, so if we do potentially face him in playoffs, we can bring some better prep to be able to handle his team a little bit better. So yeah, he really does like getting his momentum into his offensive threats. In this case, Volt turning into Greninja just gives him a free KO. Then he's got the bulky pivots in the Toxapex, and then Eelektross in the back, and then Gourgeist to always be able to check my Tauros, which normal spam in this match could have been very nice if I did opt to bring Diggersby and a non-Scarf variant of Tauros, but it's not too big of an issue here, as I just go for the Pain Split on the switch into the Eelektross. At this point, there's not really much that my Rotom can honestly do, so my best bet is just to try and maybe weaken this Eelektross or take him down with me. And I found it really funny that I lived on 1 HP, but obviously that's not going to help me at all. And at this point, he knocks out my Rotom Heat, and all I have left is a Scarf Tauros in the back and a non-Specs Swallow. So I'm just going to really speed up the final turns of this match, because there's nothing I could do. Like, I don't know what you guys want me to tell you. I'm not gonna give y'all false hope and sit here and say, oh yeah, I definitely still have a chance to win, because I don't. I can literally not break through Toxapex because I wasn't able to get the roll in my favor early on in the match, and he knocked off my specs. He still has the Eelektross in the back. He still has the Charizard, which could be Dragon Dance and knock out my Swallow. He still has the Landorus, which I don't know what kind of Landorus it is, and then Gourgeist always deals with my Tauros regardless of what I want to do. So yeah, unfortunately I will not be able to break through this Pex, and he is just going to save the Pex here, probably just to save differential, because in his division he's fighting for the 1 and 2 spot. Essentially how divisions work in APA is that if you're in the top 2 of your divisions, which there's 4 divisions, which right now the Durham Druddigons were comfortably at number 1. I think we are actually the only team in our division with the victory, so that was another reason why I didn't really mind if I did lose this battle, because I mainly wanted to use this match just to kind of gain information on the Charlotte Beedrill, not the Charlotte Beedrill, sorry, the Charlotte Charizards, and then that way we can use that information for a potential playoff game, or we can use that to our advantage essentially. So yeah guys, we did unfortunately get bodied this match, but hopefully we are able to bounce back next week. If you want to see me do better in a match, watch last week's battle or watch my PGBL upload from yesterday. So yeah, with that being said guys, we'll see you all next week where we can hopefully pull out a W, and I will see y'all tomorrow, or maybe later today actually, because I may have time to do like a showdown live for a second upload today, because this should be going up at noon if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, thank you all for watching guys. Very quick battle. I apologize that we kind of got bodied, but hey, it is what it is. I'm not upset, I'm not disappointed at all, because we gained information, we have a good understanding of how the Charlotte Charizards play, and we can use that for a potential playoff match. So yeah, with that being said, I will see you all later. So later.
No matter where you're at, I'm not here to make friends, it's time to attack and deplete your HP with a final smash. Don't make me turn around and pull a 6-foot hacks. 6 foot hacks, yeah. 6 foot hacks, yeah. 6 foot hacks.